Hey there, future fellow weirdo of the flock. Welcome to the most offensive, offensive church this side of YouTuberverse, the Party Pen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And what we do here in this most amazing place, we read this great ass book. It's called God Said, because he did not fucking say that. This is God's unofficial biography, Das Bible, as read by yours truly, the Saint of Awesome, your Superstone Sage, Saint Nikki K the Great. Ha ha. Clap for me, I clap for you. Yeah. Oh, none of my sounds worked. See, this is why I need to do shit ahead of schedule. I um okay. Look, look. We have to this because it worked. No way. My microphone got kicked again. How does this keep happening? Why does this keep happening? Oh my god. Once again, see? That's what I keep telling myself. Shit's fucking up on purpose. Well, let me hear if you can even hear me that good. Okay. You, this still is the most offensive church this side of the universe. And we do read this great ass book called God Said What? Because he did not fucking say that. I am still the Saint of Awesome. I am still your Superstone Sage. I am still Saint Nikki K the Great, also known as the Sage or the Bible Sage. I'm just a sage. I live in my mountain and I know things. That's what sages are. They live in mountains and they know things. So, I guess let me fucking turn the music back on. Hopefully, you can hear that. Wait, hold on. I got a better idea. Because this is really gonna fucking fuck me up for the rest of forever if I don't fix it. And then I'm gonna go around crying like a baby that no, it still don't work. Damn. Well, fuck it. We're on Samuel. Uh, First Samuel. Chapter 5. Oh, yeah. This is right after um, the Philistines stole the Ark of the God suitcase chair. The Philistines stole God's suitcase chair. And Eli, the high, the the prophet at that time or whatever, Eli, he uh, fell backwards and broke his own neck because not only did they steal God's suitcase chair, but they also killed both of his sons. Then one of the son's wives was having a son in childbirth, but she died, and she named him Uber Depression. So that is a hell of a name to give your kid. Hella Depression. Yeah. So anyway, if that sounds like fun to you, come this way. I have everything you need. I have cannabis. I have cigarettes. I have coffee. I have a chair with your name on it. I have cat beds and cake night space. Bring your animals because I love them. So bring them and have a good time. Yeah. So we are going to go on to First Samuel chapter 5. Now, then the Philistines took God's suitcase chair and brought it from Ebenezer to Ashdod. When the Philistines took God's suitcase chair, they brought it into the house of Dagon and set it by Dagon. And when the people of Ashdod arose early in the morning, there was Dagon fallen on his face to the earth before God's suitcase chair. The head of Dagon and both the palms of his hands were broken off in the threshold. Only Dagon's torso was left of it. Therefore, neither the priest of Dagon nor any come to Dagon's house tread on the threshold of Dagon in Ashdod to this day. Hold on, I can't see my chat. I'm doing stuff. I'm doing the damn thing. Hey! Hold on. Hold on. I want to show you this one. I stole this from somebody. Somebody else made it, and I stole it. But I wanted to show you that, and then that. Yeah, you made this one, and I think this is the coolest fucking thing ever. Yep. So, thank you for coming. Uh, were you just kidding about the Mongolian folk metal? Because I can send you a Mongolian folk metal song from from a band from New York, but the lead singer is dead, so it's not like they can do anything. But the famous song they have, is from the movie Mongol. Yeah, dude, there is nothing like throat metal. I know they call it folk metal, but it's actually throat singing. It's throat metal. But I got one for you. Tanger Cavalry Warhorse. Damn. My microphone is off. That's right. My sound is not fucking working for some reason. Three, four, four. Yeah, right here. Ah, I'm not supposed to headbang because I got a lot of brain injuries and shit, and I'm missing like a fourth of my brain. So I'm not supposed to be headbanging, but man, it is so hard not to when the shit comes on. Like, no lie, swear to God, and everything I love. That's why I can't listen to it, because I can't resist the urge. My friend. We were all somebody in a past life. I listen to Taiwanese metal, and I think I'm a ninja. And also, I'm a sage. So I think I was a sage throughout all of my life. I just happen to be a worse version, and I don't live in a mountain. But anyway, I gotta get to reading this story. See, that seems so loud. Okay, okay, we're just gonna do it then. Yeah, it's fucking amazing. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Okay. Well, just don't forget to press the like button. Okay. So, no one, uh, and no one, uh, therefore the priests of Dagon, nor any who come into Dagon's house, tread on the threshold of Dagon and Ashdod to this day. But the hand of the Lord was heavy on the people of Ashdod, and he ravaged them and struck them with tumors, both Ashdod and its territory. And when the men of Ashdod saw it was, they said, "No, no, you got to take God's suitcase chair back to his house. No, it can't stay here. It's got to go." Therefore, they sent and gathered themselves all the lords of the Philistines and said, "What shall we do with this suitcase chair? What can we do with this suitcase chair?" Okay. And then they were like, "Take it back. Let it be carried to Gat." So they carried it away to Gat. So they carried the suitcase chair away. So it was after they had carried it away that the hand of the Lord was against the city, with very great destruction, and he struck the men of the city, both small and great, and tumors broke out on them. Dun, dun, dun. Therefore, they sent God's suitcase share to Ekron. So it was, as the suitcase share got there, that the Ekronites cried out, "No, do not bring this here. No." So they sent and gathered together everybody again and said, "No, we gotta give this back. Yeah, because it's bad. We gotta give this back." And the men who did not die were stricken with tumors, and the city went up to, and the cry of the city went to heaven. So right now they're deciding on, yeah, you should check out that whole band. The lead singer, Nature, he was a friend of mine, kind of. Like we were Facebook friends, but I did dances to his music all while I was in Oregon. I had a good time. But he's dead. He's dead. And I used to always tell him before I started being able to use my legs again, I used to tell him I want to stage dive in my wheelchair to that song because I thought it would be fucking awesome. It would never happen, but I thought, man, I want to stage dive in my wheelchair to this song because that fucking song is amazing. And then he's like, it's like I don't even know what you're saying, but okay. Yeah, yeah, we'll just go with it. It's so weird. But man, I love that shit. Sorry. I'm gonna go back to reading. Um so anyway, they're deciding amongst themselves that they're just gonna send it back. Because God emptied his Tommy gun of fury on that ass. And they took it to two places, and God destroyed both places. This last place, they tried to bring it. The people was like, "Oh, fuckity fuck, fuck, fucking no. You're not even going to do that shit here." So they called them all together. They called it, they made a meeting and decided that they have to figure out a way to take it back. So that's the end of chapter 5. I, I guess, am gonna roll this cigarette and I guess talk to you some more about this band. Do you listen to Taiwanese death metal? Because I have some Taiwanese death metal. Fuck yeah. And they do all their death metal songs. Do you know Sign? No, and you can just call me Sage if you want to. That's what YouTube calls me. Okay, I can do that. But all the metal songs that they do them unplugged and acoustic, and they sound fantastic both ways. I'll send you both versions of the same song. Yeah, I'm your super stone sage. Haven't I introduced myself to you? I am the saint of awesome, your super stone sage, Saint Nikki K the Great. Yeah, that's me, and I am wonderful. No, no, I'm the super stone sage. Yeah, can't you tell I got the hair and I live in a cave and I dress like a wolf? Yeah, and I just know things. I stay in my space and I know things. I'm I'm an awesome sage. I'm a saintly sage. Uh yeah. Oh yeah, but I was gonna send you those songs. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. CHTHONIC defenders of Boutique Palace. Hey, yeah. Okay. Man, I'm sharing some good fucking tunes, man. Okay. This is metal version. And it's in English. This next one will not be in English, and it'll shut up, be quiet, share, boom, on. It's the same song, but both versions are very different and both very fucking good. And my mom actually likes this band. She doesn't like the metal. She listens to the unplugged stuff because my mom doesn't really like metal. Damn. Hey, Michelle, how are you? We're about to go on to chapter 6 of Samuel. Um, but I was sharing music and then got lost on music. Okay. Do you think I scared that guy away? I hope not. Working on the new. Okay. Okay. I don't think that means I scared him away. So he didn't leave. When it was, those two songs are for him, and they are the same song, but different. Okay, so chapter 6. Now, God's suitcase chair was in the country of the Philistines. Yeah, that's where we left off. 7 months. And the Philistines called for the priests and the diviners, saying, what shall we do with the ark of the Lord? Tell us how we should send it. Uh, okay. I mean, are you talking to me? If there was a birthday party, I don't remember it. But I'm guessing if I don't remember, it was probably good. Maybe. Or maybe it was so bad that I chose to block it out of my memory. Man, what if I got blackout drunk? Man, wouldn't that be some shit? My seizure pills would kick my ass. Yeah. But we'll assume I got blackout drunk and it was super sweet and I had sex with nobody, right? I don't know. It's definitely not a birthday party I went to because I'm usually getting laid at the end of a birthday party. No, I'm just kidding. Well, no, I'm not because I have a husband. Yeah, I know what's happening, except for I don't. Okay. So they want to know how to send the ark back. Tell us how. So they said, if you send away God's suitcase chair, do not send it empty, but by all means return it to them with a trespass offering. Then you will be healed, and it will be known to you why this is not removed from you. Wait, what? Send it down with a trespass offering. Then you will be healed, and it will be known to you why his hand is not removed from you. What? Okay. Well, I don't know what that means, but okay. Then they said, what is the trespass offering which we shall return to him? Oh, Dustin's mom. She didn't have cake. She, I remember Dustin's mom. She didn't have cake. Yeah. I don't know why she didn't have cake, but something happened and there was no cake. Yeah. But it was a happy birthday. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you were there that day that I tried to figure out how old my mom was. It turns out my mom is only 60. She'll she'll be she'll be 60. Oh, yeah, and Carmen's mom, the one I said was 55, she also turned 60. So her and my mom are the same age, 60. My dad is 58. My mom is a cradle robber. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Well, I tell my daughter that's the only reason I come to her birthdays is for cake. I'm like, super, hurry up and eat the food. We need cake. And she's like, oh my God. You know how them fucking teenagers, oh my God. Oh my God. Duh. Everything sucks. It's like, oh my God, shut up. What are you? 18? Turns out she is 18. But at least they didn't pick up that gag me with a spoon. Because my mom says that to me all the time. And it's like, what? I don't know. I'm just talking shit again. We're never going to get through this if I keep talking. So we're done talking. Okay. Tell us what a trespass offering is. Now, tell us how we should send it to its place. See, what shall we do? Tell us how we should send it to its place. Where the fuck am I at? So they, oh, right here. Yeah. Then they said, what is the trespass offering? Okay. I'm down farther than I thought. And they answered, 5 golden tumas, 5 golden rets, according to the number of the lords of the Philistines. For the same plague was on all of you and your lords. Therefore, you shall make images of your tumas and images of your rats that ravage the land. And you shall give glory to the God of these terrible ass people. Perhaps he will lighten his hand from you, or from you and your gods, and from your land. Why then do you harden your hearts as the Egyptians and Pharaoh hardened their hearts? How do they know that? They don't know that. How do they know that? They're making that up. I don't know how they know that. Okay. When he did mighty things among them, and they did not let the people go. How do they know that? That they might depart. Now, therefore, make a new cart. Take 2 milk cows, which have never been yoked, and hitch the cows to the cart, and take their calves home, away from them. Then take God's suitcase chair and set it on the cart, and put the articles of gold which you are returning to him as a trespass offering in the chest by its side. Then send it away and let it go. And watch if it goes up the road to its own territory to Beth-Shemesh. Then he has done this great evil. But if not, then we shall know it is not God's hand that struck us. It just happened by chance. Dun, dun, dun. And the men did so. They took 2 milk cows and hitched them to the cart and shut up their calves at home. And they set the God's suitcase chair on the cart and the chest with the gold rats and images of tumors. That is a weird fucking thing to give people. Hey, here's a golden cast of my tumor. Yeah, this is a great thing that we're sending you. Here's a tumor. Okay. Then, then the cows uh, headed straight for the road to Beth Shemesh and went along the highway, lowing as they went, and did not turn aside to the right or left. And the lords of the Philistines went after them to the border of Beth Shemesh. Now, the people of Beth Shemesh were reaping their wheat harvest in the valley, and they lifted up their heads and saw God's suitcase chair and rejoiced to see it. Then the cart came into the field of Joshua and stood there. A large stone was there. So they split the wood of the cart and offered the cows as a burnt offering. The Levites took down the ark of the Lord and the chest that was with it, which were the articles of gold, and put them on the large stone. Then the men of Bethshemesh offered burnt offerings and made sacrifices the same day to the Lord. So when the five lords of the Philistines seen it, they returned to Ekron the same day. These are the golden tumors which the Philistines returned as a trespass offering to the Lord. One for Ashdod, Gaza, Ashkelon, Gath, and Ekron, and the golden rats according to the number of all the Philistine cities belonging to the five lords, fortified uh, country villages, and even as far as the large stone of Abel, on which they set God's suitcase chair, which stone remains to this day in the field of Joshua of Bethshemesh. Dun, dun, dun. Then he struck the men of Bethshemesh because they had looked into the ark. So they tried to take a look inside God's suitcase chair, and God was like, "Bitch, my journal's in there. Yeah, leave my journal alone." Um, okay, then he struck the men because they looked in his suitcase chair. He struck 50,070 men of the people. And the people lamented because the Lord struck the people with a great slaughter. And the men of Bethshemesh said, "Who is able to stand before his holy Lord God? And whom shall go up from us?" So they sent messengers to the inhabitants of Kiriath Jearim, saying, "The Philistines brought back God's suitcase chair. Come down and take it." Dun, dun, dun. Okay, that's the end of chapter 6. 7's not that long. Michelle, you want to keep going? Dun, dun. Why isn't the music playing? Oh, there is music, but why can't you hear it? Okay, well, I guess it's just gotta be that loud. I don't know. It's really up to you. Well, are you gonna stay up a little longer? All right, where am I? Okay, all right. Let's hit this joint, and we'll do one more chapter. Okay. So then the men of Kiryat Jearim came and took God's suitcase chair and brought it into the house of Abinadab on the hill and consecrated Eleazar, his son, to keep God's suitcase chair. So this is the first Eleazar, I think. No, no, I bet this is the same one of David's mighty men. So cool. They're introducing characters now for characters later. So we know who we're talking about. Okay. So Eleazar is in charge of God's suitcase chair. So it was that the ark remained in Kiryat Jearim a long time. It was there 20 years. And all of these terrible ass people lamented after the Lord. Then Samuel spoke to all the people, saying, if you return to the Lord with all your hearts, then put away the foreign gods and the Ashtoreths from among you, and prepare your hearts for the Lord. Prepare your hearts for the Lord, and serve him only, and he will deliver you from the hand of the Philistines. So these terrible ass people put away all that shit for now. And Samuel said, gather all you terrible ass people to Mitzvah, and I will pray to the Lord for you. So they gathered together at Mitzvah, drew water, and poured it out before the Lord. And they fasted that day and said, there, we have sinned against the Lord. And Samuel judged these terrible ass people at Mitzvah. Now, when the Philistines heard what at Mitzvah, the Lord now, okay, when the Philistines heard that they were all in one place, the lords of the Philistines went up against these terrible ass people. And when they heard it, they were afraid. So these terrible ass people said to Sam, do not cease to cry out to the Lord, uh, our God, for us, that he may save us uh, from the hand of the Philistines. And Samuel took a suckling lamb and offered it as a whole burnt offering to the Lord. Then Samuel cried out to the Lord for these terrible ass people, and the Lord answered him. Now, Sam was offering up the burnt offering. The Philistines drew near to battle against these people. But the Lord thundered with a cloud, or with a loud thunder, upon the Philistines that day, and confused them so much they were overcome before these people. And the men of these people went out of Mizpah and pursued the Philistines and drove them back as far as below Bethkar. Then Sam took a stone and set it up between Mizpah and Shen and called it Ebenezer, saying, Thus, thus far the Lord has helped us. So things were subdued, and they did not come any more into these terrible ass people's territory. And the hand of the Lord was against the Philistines all the days of Sam. Then the cities which the Philistines had taken were restored from Ekron to Gad, and these terrible ass people recovered its territory from the hand of the Philistines. Also, there was peace between these terrible ass people and the Amorites, which are supposed to be their enemies. Okay. So, and the Amorites. And Samuel judged these people all the days of his life. And he went from year to year on circuit. So he went on tour also. So he's on his shit talking tour. And he went and judged Israel in all those places. But he always returned to Ramah, for his home was there. And there he judged these people. And there he built an altar to the Lord. Dun, dun, dun. It's the end of that chapter. Okay, so we can spend the last 10 minutes talking or whatever, I guess. We've been talking this whole time. Do you got anything on your mind? Yeah, the Dustin's in the kitchen. They're begging for food. If you hear a cat, it's because they're begging for food. Because they are terrible dogs. Yep. But do you got anything on your mind? Where where did Bunny Two Time go? And General Piggy never showed up. None of my YouTube showed up. That's crazy. They're like, you know what, asshole, we're tired of you switching books so much. But some of those books are just way too hard to read because they're way too pretend. It's like I can't. I can't. Mm-mm. I can't read this fantasy novel. But I'm sure that's not what YouTube is saying. Miss Muddy's been sick. Yeah. And Man, yeah, Miss Muddy's been real sick. I think I'm gonna message her and see if she's okay. I don't know. But um nothing. No one. Okay. Well, I guess I am gonna go ahead and get off here and text Miss Muddy and see if she's okay. Yeah, I should do that. Um, so I want to tell everybody good night. I love you and have, ooh, I forgot. It's time to give the pillow some head. Put some lipstick on. Put a ring on it. Get all over your face. And then give your bed linen the best baby old booty rub ever. And then have a post coital cigarette, smoke a bowl, and have the sweetest dreams ever. I love you guys so much.